know what the worst part of all this? Certain things about black hair that gets picked on, or my 4C hair, demonized. Yeah, y'all are not about to come for my bonnet or ostracized to the point we know we don't look presentable. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. I'm Ebony and I'm Erica, and we wanted to get this video out because we wanted to know why the most beloved part of any black woman's hair routine is getting a lot of hate. Like a full-on smear campaign is out for it. And if you're on social media, you probably already know what we're talking about, and it's the bonnets. Yeah, y'all are not about to come for my bonnet. And if I remember correctly, I know a video recently started circulating around the internet and getting some steam and everything of these ladies wearing bonnets at an airport, no less. And I guess it went viral. It struck a chord and got everybody up in arms because they were in sleepwear. And I guess people associated like bonnets with pajamas. I don't know. Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out why all of a sudden it's a big deal when before all of that you can just go into a Walmart store, see that, and just go about your business. I know Monique, the actor Monique, she alluded to it in like a PSA on Instagram, and whether you guys agree with her or not, I really want to know why the bonnet drove that conversation, you know? And this part is to give your thoughts and comments. So comment below why you think the bonnet just created such an uproar, especially having people give PSAs. Actually, the whole video we need to discuss. So yeah, please let us know if we missed something. And we'll touch on the bonnet later, but it just got me thinking about certain things about black hair that gets picked on, demonized, or ostracized to the point where you're like, okay, this has to stop. And you know what the worst part of all this? It's coming from our own people. Our hair gets governed and policed from everyone else. So, I mean, it's just like, it just makes it worse that it's, you know, within our own black hair community that's coming from. These next 5 things, like I said, the bonnet included, which we'll touch on later. But these next 5 things are what we've noticed being, I guess, kind of singled out, or like Eric said, ostracized within the black hair community. And that's typism, texturism, water, heat, relaxers, and then, you know, the bonnet. So we're going to touch on those things. So let's get into it. Okay, so let's get into texturism and typism. And we've said this before, but it has played a role in the natural hair movement in 2017. It's what built it, and it's also what demolished it as well. Yeah, when there was a proliferation of women going from relaxed back to natural, it seemed to me, or like I said, we mentioned this before, but it seemed to me that they were assuming they were getting what the face of the natural hair movement was, which was a looser curl pattern or a more manageable look. That particular movement didn't necessarily represent all that came with natural hair, and it kind of infiltrated onto YouTube as well, with a lot of natural hair gurus being accused of lying or just not showing it all. A lot of these women that were switching over to natural at the time weren't getting what they wanted. They're not getting what was being portrayed. It wasn't giving what it was supposed to give. They were portraying all hair types. Yeah. I feel like the natural hair community was portraying more looser curls. So, like, we have a whole video. I'll link it down below that we get into detail. You can discuss in the comments or on that video as well. But yeah, that part, I feel like that's where I feel like the typism and texturism really played a role in, like, I feel like the 4B was being singled out, and you would see it on like Instagram tutorials, video tutorials, where they'll show like a natural hair person doing their hair, and you'll see in the comments somebody like, oh, that's cute, but it won't work for my 4C hair, or let me see that on 4C. And it really shouldn't be that way, you know? I think the exclusion of certain types and textures kind of single them out to be the undesirable or unattainable part of natural hair. Yeah, black hair has a lot going for it and a lot to show, so just show it. So I gotta vouch for my fellow relaxed hair family, so if any of y'all are relaxed like us, you know we've been a bit of a target for years, but I have seen a shift. When the natural hair movement dissipated, women were going back to relaxers with no shame. Heavy on the no shame, because I feel like at first there was a hesitation to even share that your hair was relaxed. I would say about 5-6 years ago, like it was just like not a thing. But since then, we have seen a lot of relaxed hair YouTubers popping up, and you know, you see their channels being recommended by YouTube. They just, no one really cares anymore about what people think. But through it all, there are still jabs at relaxers. We know relaxers aren't ideal for everyone, so if you are against relaxers, that's totally fine. Yeah. But taking the time to go in on people and call them out and project the whole Eurocentric BS onto them, all in the name of being against relaxers, then yeah, you are the problem. I think the misuse of relaxers have contributed to the misrepresentation of relaxers. Not a lot of people want to do the work to find ways to make it work for their hair. If that's that's what you want to do. Yeah, we never want to shove relaxers on anyone, and we definitely don't want to bully anyone if they don't relax. Natural hair care has always been a trailblazer for our hair care routine, so it's kind of like a win-win for us. Water. Y'all, this used to be me in more ways than one. I used to be so dead set on not letting water touch my hair. Now, in some ways, this is reasonable, especially if you just get your hair done or your hair just reverts easily. Have y'all ever seen that meme where they're like, oh, black people have a pool party, or black people having a pool party when nobody's in the pool, or something like that? Well, I mean, first of all, how many of y'all are like that? Because I personally would get in the pool, I just won't duck my head in. Yeah, I used to be like that, but right. I don't know, these days I'd be jumping in the pool. Yeah, I'd be underwater. I feel like Erica would be the first one to go underwater. Yeah, and I get it, the way our hair is set up, water can be an inconvenience sometimes, but we don't need to swear it off completely. Now for me, I use water when my hair gets super, super dry, like it has to be really dry for me to use water, and it has to be like later on, right when I'm about to get my hair washed, so that's when my hair gets really dry anyway. So I have recently started using water. I use it with a cream moisturizer, and it just kind of really helps and aids in keeping my hair moisturized a lot longer. Does rose water count? Well, yeah, it's the same thing because, well, that's the thing. Some people don't want to use regular water, so they'll use like there's specialized hair waters out on the market right now. So there is rose water, which counts and stuff because a lot of these waters have like certain ingredients like vitamins or other nutrients in it. But yeah, there's a lot of other hair waters out. I think Shea Moisture might have one. L'Oreal I think has one out. I'll have it listed below, but yeah. So basically you don't have to use any kind of water, but specialized waters is like a thing right now that people are doing. But yeah, rose water is one that we both use, and it's been a game changer. Now heat is still the villain in the story when it comes to black hair. Can't even get your hair straight without somebody yelling heat damage. I mean, go on any Instagram video tutorial, even YouTube tutorial, and you'll see someone getting a silk press, and the comments are always, look at that heat damage, oh, it's heat damage. I don't know, don't even go to Instagram, just go look at any of our videos where we show our hair getting straightened, and you'll see the comments, your hair is damaged, the heat. Silk press or straight hair does not equate heat damage. Like, get it out of your head, it's not, one is not like the other. Now, heat isn't the enemy, it all boils down, no pun intended, to how it's used. Are you using heat protectant? How many times are you using heat? Yeah, is it direct heat? Yeah, I wish the black hair community would embrace heat more. We actually have a video showing all the good heat that we use, or heat that you can use. So after this video, go watch it. You're welcome. Okay, now back to the bonnet. I'm hoping that this whole situation will die down soon, which I'm sure it will. I'm just gonna get down to it, straight to the point. Have I worn my bonnet out in public? Yes, I have. Only when I need to step out the house for a few minutes and stuff, when I don't want to take my wrap down. But that's briefly, you know. Now I do have this thing called a slap cap. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. So it looks like a beanie, but it's one of those things you can sleep in. It can be kind of like a nightwear or go with your outfit type deal. That one too. Yeah, and I've worn that. I think that's different though. It is different. When I've gone out in public in my bonnet and my scarf, I am aware that I don't look like presentable. Like, she was talking about being presentable, whatever. I'm aware that I know I don't. Do I care? No, at that point I don't. Yeah, I don't. And the airport, I feel like there's a time and place for everything. I feel like the airport, okay, if it's an overnight flight, then when you have an overnight flight and you know you're gonna be asleep, I think of my hair. Listen, the seats on the plane are rough. Sometimes I'll just wrap it up and put a scarf on. Yeah, but the point Monique was making was that, yeah, we need to look we know we don't look presentable. Types are different. Leisure and loungewear are huge right now. So the line is blurred on what is socially acceptable to be what people think is presentable, if that makes sense. Now Monique's PSA, in that case, I don't fault her for speaking up. Like, there was nothing wrong with that. The only thing I hate was that the bonnet was the driving force behind that conversation, you know? So her message was entirely lost in that. The question, do y'all wear bonnets out in public? And so, like, where? Because there's certain places where I see them. If I'm out to eat, like at night, and I see somebody wearing a bonnet, yeah, they do look a little out of place because it's like, it's a restaurant, it's where you eat, especially if it's a nicer restaurant. In bonnets, that's what I'm saying, the whole Walmart thing. Everybody, we've all seen it. We've all seen it and stuff. What drove this particular? Is it because of the airport? That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's a certain time and place. So right. I'm trying to figure out why the airport. Me personally, I don't wear my bonnet that much anymore. I have a slap cap that I'll wear there. But it's happened where I've had it out with my bonnet. I just don't feel like taking my bonnet, my wrap down. Sometimes I just don't. I just don't know what the uproar was, but you guys let us know what your deal is with it, what you think about it, anything we missed that you feel is demonized in the black hair community. But yeah, sound off in the comments below, keep it cute. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you next week for another video. Bye!